Snake, Rattle, and Roll is one of those games that either the name came first or last. Seriously, we're a bunch of board members sitting around coming up with a jumping off point or struggling what to call, well, this. Snake, Rattle, and Roll is one of those isometric platformers for the NES. You control either Rattle or Roll, depending on which controller you are, and proceed to jump, slither, and tongue your way through 11 levels. Visually, Snake, Rattle, and Roll keeps things fairly straightforward. The levels themselves are kind of bland, but it works for an NES arcade-style game. Plus, you can tell what everything is, from record players spitting out balls to giant feet that kill you with one stomp. However, it might look okay, but as far as where you are position-wise and being able to judge your jumps is a different story. Just like the pun of the name, Shake, Rattle, and Roll, this game features a lot of NES mixes of 50s-era oldies, and they all sound pretty good. Most tracks are jazzy, and they bring home just how out there this game is. But there's one track, if you can call it that, that'll send you to a panic and... Yeah, they've got the Jaws theme, and a friggin' shark to keep you out of the water. You'd be surprised how much of a frenzy this can send you when you're desperately trying to get to dry land. So, like I mentioned earlier, Snake, Rattle, and Roll is played with an isometric perspective. Throughout each level, you must avoid obstacles while tracking down and eating enough nibbly pibblies with your tongue to gain weight, to ring the bell, to open the exit. What am I even playing? Okay, so problems start to arise the minute you move. Instead of going left, right, up, or down as the arrows on the D-pad would have you think, instead you move at an angle. This immediately causes problems as it's not the exact angle you'd assume it'd have you go. At first it seems like something you can get used to, but that's way easier said than done. When the difficulty ramps up by the third, arguably second level, the control really becomes a problem. Not only do you have to contend with enemies and running down these balls, you have to make these jumps. Both the control and the environment will quickly start to work against you here. The isometric perspective makes it tough to tell what is and isn't on the same level as you. Not to mention these pyramid spike things. These are a nightmare. You can't even jump at them from below without them killing you, which I still don't understand. And they just litter the later levels. Worse yet, it's not always clear as to where you can and can't jump off of without falling to your doom. So even small jumps to lower parts of the levels can be treacherous. All the while, you're still trying to fight against the confusing controls, which would work if they weren't at such an awkward angle. It's hard to say the control is even bad, really. I mean, it's tight and responsive, but it's definitely irritating because it goes against your convention so much. The worst thing about Snake, Rattle, and Roll is that it should be fun, and it does start out really promising. It's weird and eccentric, but the problems with the control and perspective quickly burst through, and any fun you might have with it is just ruined. If you can master the backwards control scheme, there might be a pretty challenging game here, but the NES offers better, so you might want to look at another game starring a snake. Wait, no, that version sucks.